So I've heard you talk about transparency for many years, and that seems to be on the forefront of the PBM discussion. I imagine technology has something to do with being more transparent. So I want to ask the question about how quickly technology is, you know, changing your business model, but also, how do you view your business model? How is it being reshaped or changed? What's the best solution you see out there today from a transparency for the client model?
Yeah, that's a great question too, because transparency is a general term that can be looked at through different lenses. So transparency can get a lot of play in the fact that there's a demand for transparency in how PBMs make money. And the reason that that demand was put in place is because of the way, again, the way that it's a very complex system and the way that the rebates are run, or how you price a drug out in the adjudication system. So that's one aspect, and that again focuses on the price per pill and really trying to drive into why is drug cost so high. The other thing that I think that transparency has also led that is beneficial to the marketplace is really around data. Like, if you have transparency into your data and what's actually being dispensed, or how patients are taking medication and where they're getting the medication from and how decisions are being made, transparency only helps that. So when I think about PBMs today, and when I think about what transparency really has a value, is that it's not necessarily in the business model of how a PBM makes money or how money is made, but transparency in the way that how decisions are being made, and then having transparency into a patient's profile that allows you to make the right decisions. What's really interesting is that you spoke of the government, and many years ago there was a demand, and you could call it for transparency. There was a demand to really push for EHR systems and EMR systems, so electronic medical records and electronic health record systems. And the reason for that was that they wanted to make the process more transparent, so a doctor can have the information that they needed in order to make the decisions. And there was a lot of effort and a lot of money put behind that, behind the technology that would allow interoperability between a doctor and a pharmacy, and then back and forth. And that was really, Banks, that was really about transparency and making better decisions. So again, when you ask a question about transparency and what type of models or what should be the focus on, the focus should be on, hey, does it really matter how a pharmacy makes money or how a PBM makes money? Or what does matter? And what does matter is how we make decisions and what decisions we're trying to drive with the data that we have in getting to transparency. So I think you have to align the incentives with, in the ecosystem in order to really take advantage of the word transparency.